All right, I want to look at metric numbers for a few minutes. We use English measurements. So for length, we have 12 inches makes a foot, 3 feet make a yard, we go into miles and so forth like that. For weight, we do 16 ounces makes a pound. For liters, or I'm sorry, for gallons, we do, 2 cups makes a pint, 2 pints make a quart, 4 quarts make a gallon, 128 ounces makes a gallon. So we have all these kind of different numbers that are involved. Well, most of the rest of the world uses metric. Metric. All right, and one of the values with metric is that everything is in units of 10. So the conversions are a little easier. You're not memorizing all these different things. So here's a fun little way to remember how they line up, though, because we have to know what the conversions are, and so what order they go in. King Henry died, pause, drinking chocolate milk. When I am solving a problem, honestly, with metric, I jot these down. So I'll do that in my head, and I'll write K, H, D, pause, so the blank, D, C, M. Because then this is what this means. The K is for kilo, which is 1,000. The H is for hecto, which is 100. This D is for deca, which is for 10. Then I have my unit, meters, liters, grams. Okay, and that's the nice thing for metric is it's the same type of measurement regardless of what kind of unit you're using. Whereas ours changes when you're doing weight or you're doing mass or you're doing length, theirs does not, okay? Deci means 1/10, okay? So less than 1 whole unit, less than 1 whole gram, 1 whole liter, 1 whole meter. Centa means 1/100th. You think of centipedes, they say they have 100 legs. Centa. Or I'll tell you another thing, cent. How many cents are in a dollar? 100. So a centa is 1/100th. And then milla is 1/1000th. Now, when you set this up, it makes converting really just that simple. I'm going to make my little hops, and that's how my conversion is happening, where my decimal point is going. So let me show you something. Suppose I had 3 hectometers, okay? And I want to convert it to centimeters. Okay, so we understand, every number has an understood decimal behind it, right? So I'm literally going to move in that loop. I'm going to go 1, 2, because my unit does count, 3, 4. So I'm going to move my decimal 1, 2, 3, 4 places, which means I'm adding 4 zeros, so 30,000. So 3 hectometers is 30,000 centimeters. Okay? You move the decimal the direction of your little hops, and I draw these hops up. Suppose I had 7 centimeters, and then I wanted to know how many meters that was. Well, I'm making 2 hops to my left. 7, as I've said, it's understood that that's got the decimal there. So my 2 hops to the left would go 1, 2. So my decimal point now becomes there. So 7 centimeters is 0.07 meters. And that makes sense, doesn't it? Because we actually know that that, as a decimal, is 7/100ths. So we can kind of recognize that one. But this is definitely going to be your easiest way to do it. Even if you started with a decimal, let's suppose I'm all the way over here in kilometers, and I had 0.04 kilometers, and I want to know how many decimeters that would be. Well, I'm going to move 1, 2, 3, 4 loops. So I'll move my decimal. I went to the right, my decimal moves to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to add 2 more zeros there. So that would be it. So this front 0 would actually be unnecessary. it would be 400 decimeters. So just take from where the decimal's at and move it left or right. Make your little loop so you don't lose track. And then put the new decimal there. Remember our little acronym here. King, it's not actually an acronym, but our way of remembering it. King Henry died, pause, drinking chocolate milk. Just jot that down on your scrap paper when you're doing it and do your loops left or right. Move your decimal that way and it will help you make those conversions.